In this interaction, something is bringing someone to you. Knight of Cups, the Magician, and Justice. In this interaction, so I'm seeing it's like a coming together. So something is bringing someone to you. So it's like something as in an event, I'm just getting like work conference, a conference, like gathering, group setting. Something is bringing someone to you. They bring with them an open hand. They want you to understand. You know this person, they have been in your life. Things ended in a way that brought a lot of strife. Family conflict is where it all went wrong. The inability to understand, a blending, closed minds are where the biggest crimes occur. When we say crimes, we mean crimes of the emotions, when people fail to understand how they impact upon others. Not welcoming, closed off and cold. They did not accept nor hold your energy the way they should. The disconnection of the relationship was due to the fact that the family and those around, so remember, family can be friends as well, it doesn't always have to be blood. So the connection of those around failed to have an open mind. They did not hear you, they did not see you, they did not appreciate what you brought into their world. As a result, the relationship went cold because the person in question was not bold. They were not bold enough, they were not brave enough to stand up for what they wanted and you. This has been a steep learning and they want to start anew. They want to rekindle. They want your heart. They want you to know that that will never be a part of the relationship again. Lots of thinking, lots of growth has gone into this person. They seek reconnection. I do feel like there is the Justice card here. I do feel like when this person comes to you, you will have that flutter in your belly. You will be excited. This is something you want to explore. But because of what happened, you feel that it was very unjust, which it was, and you almost want justice for what happened. Spirit are asking you to be very open, to communicate your feelings, to set boundaries, but to not let the need for justice override this person coming in to try and rekindle. This is a sacred connection and it is offering long-term potential. But in order for it to move forward, so this person has done a lot of growing on their end. They've seen, they've understood, they now have, it's almost like they've got it, they have become more brave in what they want. But you will need to be able to get over this seeking of justice and needing justice for what happened. You were wronged. Absolutely, there is no doubt about that, and I don't think anyone's denying that. But you will need to be able to reconcile within yourself that you won't get justice as such. your justice will come from change behavior from the people in this person's life, and that will be a sort of a longer term gain. So it's just a call out that this is coming. It is good. It is a good path for you to go on. But for it to work, you will need to move on from your desire to get that justice, because it's not going to come in that very clear-cut way that you want it to come. Something is bringing someone to you. Knight of Cups, the Magician, and Justice. In this interaction, so I'm seeing it's like a coming together. So something is bringing someone to you. So it's like something as in an event, I'm just getting like work conference, like gathering, group setting. Something is bringing someone to you. They bring with them an open hand. They want you to understand. You know this person. They have been in your life. Things ended in a way that brought a lot of strife. Family conflict is where it all went wrong. The inability to understand, a blending, closed minds are where the biggest crimes occur. When we say crimes, we mean crimes of the emotions, when people fail to understand how they impact upon others. Not welcoming, closed off and cold. They did not accept nor hold your energy the way they should. The disconnection of the relationship was due to the fact that the family and those around, so remember, family can be friends as well, it doesn't always have to be blood.
A lot of women want the guy, the it guy, but don't actually realize what goes into having that type of guy. So let me break it down for you. So just for clarity, I'm going to be talking you through my definition of an it guy. So to me, an it guy is someone who is well respected. He is well respected amongst his peers and his community. He looks good. He's a handsome guy. He's of reasonable height. No disrespect to my short king. He's responsible in the sense of he looks after those who depends on him. So if he's got kids, it's very clear that he's in his children's lives and he looks after them. He looks after his family, like his mother and father. You know, they know they can rely on him and he's dependable. Money-wise, he has it, and he has a lot of it, or appears to have a lot of it. And there are two different types of it guys, I would say, when it comes to money. The first one is the hustler. Now, he is probably stronger on the money side because he could do a hit and 20K could come in on one day, but he's making enough money that he always consistently has money. But also, he's a hustler, so he might have to be gone for some time, or he's constantly out, or he's not really at home that much. The second type, which in my opinion is more desirable, is the corporate kind of city guy type, where he has a business or works in the city and gets paid a lot of money and has a lot of money that's consistent, but also is able to have that time as well to spend with his girl, his family, his friends, etc. Now, ultimately, the reality is every woman wants a money man. So immediately that puts him in a position of power because every man also wants to be friends with a money man. Ladies, when it comes to the it guy, the competition is fierce. And I think we're not understanding that enough. The woman you look up to, the woman that you think, oh, I wish I was like her, she wants that kind of guy. So you have to ask yourself, if I'm the it guy and I have a choice between her and the woman she looks up to, who are you going to pick? So ladies, we almost have to become the women that we look up to. And there will always be women who go in my comments and say, oh, but there are guys who, they don't even need you to have a job. They will, meet you and build with you and, help you out financially. Yes, that's true. But can we come back down to reality? Those are more millionaires. If we're all honest with ourselves, we don't just have millionaires on our speed dial. I am not talking about your rappers or your, people who have created software that have sold for millions, or people who are just in that day-to-day environment where they deal with legally millions and millions of pounds. I am talking about normal, hardworking men who are good men with a good reputation, who make good money and enough to build and sustain a household, but still are ordinary people that don't have money to just throw down the toilet. Those kind of men are looking for value in their partners. Let me tell you the truth, if the internet will not tell you the truth. A man who has money but doesn't have stupid money is looking for a woman to come into his life and add value. Now, I'm not saying that value has to be financial, but what I'm saying is that kind of man is going to see that you yourself as an independent person is able to look after yourself. You are able to pay the bills that you are required to pay for yourself. Your rent, your transport, your food, your beauty, your upkeep. Because at the end of the day, yes, we say these women with looks get the men. They get the men because they're able to present themselves in a cleaner way than other women. And the way they're able to do that is through money. If you are in a position where you're able to financially support yourself, you have some level of sense in your head. You have some level of common sense. Why would a man, when he has the choice, not choose a woman who's got sense in her head, not choose a woman that can add value, not choose a woman that if there's a day when the chips are down, she can step up and play her position? Ladies, we need to think. And ladies, one thing we need to realize is you need to be on your P's and Q's, because the pressure doesn't stop when you've got that man. There are a lot of women who are scandalous enough to know this is a good man. And a lot of women, we don't think, oh, I want a man like that. When we see a good man, we think, I want that man. So women will always be trying to audition for your man. It doesn't matter how much of a good man your man is and whether he entertains it or not. There will still be women out there trying to audition for your man. And then women will say, oh, but you do this and your man will still cheat on you. Yes, that's very true, unfortunately. That's why I say the dating game is rigged for men, because we are in a position where our man can cheat. But we have to, when we're choosing these men, understand that we need to choose men with morals and values who answer to a higher power than just money, that answer to somebody who they can be held accountable with, that have a conscience. Because if you ask me, do I feel like my man's just going to run out and cheat? No. Do I?
She's 30,000 feet.
When he gets more money, he's going to leave me? No, because I know who he is. I know what we have. But that has taken time to build that bond, to really get to know each other, to show each other that we support each other. So that is a very important part of it. Doesn't just stop at getting the man. You have to maintain the relationship. You have to add value. Ladies, add value. Do not just be another thing he has to spend money on. Be someone who helps him. Be someone who gives him ideas. Be someone who challenges him in a positive way. And you're still a human being, so you're going to have your downtime. But create a stable, loving and respectful environment with this man. And the respect has to go both ways. He has to be able to respect you also. Also, immaturity. Cut that out. Lack of emotional intelligence, cut that out. If you have gone through stuff and you need to go to therapy, I'm not judging you, because I have been to therapy, because I have been through stuff. Try and work on your issues before you get with this kind of man, because what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way is men have options, especially the it guy kind of man. He has options, so he hasn't got time to do the work with you a lot of times. He just wants you to come healed, and that's fine. Everybody can have an expectation that the person they're going to add to their life comes healed. So ladies, come healed and come with value, and I promise you, you're in a better position to get that it guy and look good. I'm so sorry, I can't leave without saying that. Look good. Women are going to hate me for it, but I'm going to have to tell you the truth. Men's first thing that they look at when they see a woman is woman's beauty. Let your beauty shine. Let your beauty shout for you, because you're halfway in the door then. If you have the beauty and all these other things follow you, oh, you're good to go. And before you come and start telling me men don't want beautiful women, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because loads of you are coming in my comments basically calling your friend dead things and saying they still got a man. she's beautiful to that man. So don't worry about her situation. Worry about your situation. Anyway, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah. A lot of women want the guy, the it guy, but don't actually realize what goes into having that type of guy. My definition of an it guy. So to me, an